Hi everyone, it's Carrie Heaps with Chromatic Counsel, and I am coming at you today with another color card reading. This one is for my autumn peeps, so if you are an autumn, this reading is for you. If you do not know what season you are, there's a link in the show notes below so you can get your virtual color analysis done online to find out what season you are. I do these readings every month, so if you are new to my channel, welcome. I always use the Secret Language of Color Cards deck by Inna Seagal for these readings. If you have not seen this done before, I typically pull 4 cards for mind, body, and soul. These are not color cards that you need to be wearing, but colors that you need to have around you, maybe on your desk or in a picture in front of you, to where you can draw the energy from that color. So again, this is for entertainment purposes. Take what resonates with you and just flush the rest. But I'm going to go ahead and get started here. This is for my autumn peeps. And again, the personality of an autumn is typically perceived as grounded, confident, authentic, deeply sophisticated. Autumns usually project warmth, wisdom, stability, quiet authority. And autumns tend to have a rich magnetic presence. It feels very approachable, powerful. Their earthy, warm palette that they can wear enhances their natural depth and creates an image of strength, one of reliability and understated luxury. So I'm just kind of pulling a few cards here out of the deck as I was talking about that. So my first one for the autumns is, Coral, allow flow and synchronicity into your life. This has been popping up quite a bit in all of the color card readings for the other signs. Red, free yourself from pain. And lavender, connect to mind, body, and soul. I've been getting purple with every single color reading I've been doing this month. Some variation of purple pops up. So I'm going to pick one more. Do this one. Lilac, strengthen your faith. So yeah, this has been coming up a lot for my other color readings. So we have lavender, lilac, red, and coral. So these are the colors that you want to have around you. Again, not to wear, but to have around you, because again, this is a color personality reading. So I'm just going to start here with the first one, which is coral, allow flow and synchronicity into your life. When I see this card, again, this really talks about allowing. And usually when people are listening to the reading, when they hear the word allowing, they're actually having a little bit more difficulty with receiving. And this could be receiving from other people, it could be receiving from the universe, but for some reason that flow is blocked. You need to open that up, much like you see the coral here kind of opening up as well. You want to have coral around you, again, whether this is a trinket or even if you do get the color card deck and just have the card present, so you can see it every day and focus on the color. But when we allow flow and synchronicity into our life, doors open, things happen. I feel with this particular reading that there's quite a few of you out there that have some type of resistance in your life. This isn't a resistance that others have created, it's an internal block, something you've created for whatever reason. So this is telling me you need to work on opening up to receiving and allow that flow of whatever abundance or security or love or happiness into your life. So that can usually be worked on with journaling, meditation, there's deep breathing exercises. There's many ways to kind of open up, that particular flow. The next card that we picked here was red, which is free yourself from pain. Now, obviously, if you're in physical pain or have been, I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose anything, but I would just still recommend go and see your general practitioner or whoever you would normally go and see. This typically, when we talk about pain with this card, it's really referring to almost like a internal mental anguish pain, that you're kind of creating yourself, not mental illness, but almost like you've heard the term, some people describe somebody, oh, he creates his own problems or she creates her own problems. That's usually what this card is referring to. And I know that might ruffle some feathers there, but you might want to just kind of sit down and feel like, okay, things haven't been going the way that they need to go for me. Why is that? So if you start to journal a little bit, again, opening up that flow, by doing that, and you might be realizing that you're kind of sabotaging something in your life from happening without even realizing it. You're causing yourself unnecessary worry, angst, extra steps that you don't need to be doing, per se. So red helps to release that as well. So think about in terms of where things have been bottlenecking for you, and then journal about what's happened, and then look at what's happened and see, not that you want to blame yourself, but just ask yourself, what role did I play in this? And I think you might find that there's something going on there that could be blocking that. The next card we picked for you, we have the last two are purples. So we have lavender. So connect to mind, body, and soul. Now, this card is really good because, again, it tells you when you do this, when you're doing the journaling, or you're kind of allowing that flow to happen and you're going, okay, what do I need to correct? What do I need to do? This helps you. That process will help you connect to your mind, body, and soul. What's also good about this card, and I find when it comes up, it's helpful to do some breathing exercises. Use the ones that you feel are good for you. When we do some deep breathing, and we can ground ourselves more, and it's almost like clearing our head where we can think more clearly. And when this happens, that's when things start to pop up in our brain that goes, oh, well, then maybe I should try this, or maybe I should do that. Because I feel like a lot of you are kind of stuck in a transition phase, and you've been stuck for quite some time, and you're feeling like you're just going to stay there. And that's actually not the case. It's easier to get out of than what you think. So make sure that you're, again, if you're not a fan of journaling, do some meditations, use the process of opening up and focusing on yourself and grounding, whatever works best for you. Some people like to do yoga. I personally don't like to do yoga, but it works for some people. So do what works for you. Now, the last card we have here is lilac, another beautiful shade of purple. Lilac tells us that we want to strengthen our faith. And as you can see here, we have flowers on the card that are blooming, or they're starting to bloom, and some have already bloomed. They're kind of, when the picture was taken, kind of like a snapshot that, hey, they're in the process of blooming and growing. So the strengthening your faith isn't so much your religious feelings. It's more about the faith in yourself. Because again, there's something that's been bottlenecking in your life, but you're kind of sabotaging your own thing. And again, sometimes, I'll give you an example. So like if you were in the process of maybe writing a book, or maybe you just got your book done and you've edited through it and you're like, okay, it's done, and you're self-publishing, you put it out there, and it's been a year or 6 months and nothing's happening with it. Writing the book is the first part of it. The second part of it is an ongoing, continuous promotion of it, because if you don't promote it, nobody knows that it's there. Have faith in your abilities to go out there and market. Do the other side of what needs to be done, because you might be pleasantly surprised. So you want to strengthen the faith in yourself and your abilities, because there's something that's getting bottlenecked here. And I feel as I've been moving forward with this reading, fear keeps popping into my brain, the word fear. There's some type of fear that you have. It could be fear of rejection. It could be fear of getting into trouble. It could be fear of whatever, kind of fill in the blank. But fear is it's just a feeling. And you can overcome your feelings by meditating on them, studying about them, and then taking action to make that fear dissipate. But for some of you, I feel like there's a real fear, but it's really a fear that you've created and a fear that you can solve on your own. So we've got lilac, lavender, red, and coral for my autumn peeps. So these are the colors we want to have around us. If you can find a photo that might have all of those colors, and they go so well together too, don't they? It looks so pretty. Or you can get the color card deck and just have the color cards all centered around your desk. You know, that way you're glancing up at them every once in a while to get that inspiration. So that is my reading for my autumn peeps. Again, if you'd like to have a personalized color reading, there's a link in the show notes below. If you do not know if you're an autumn, winter, summer, or spring, or it's been a while since you've had a color analysis done, there's a link in the show notes below to have a virtual color analysis done. You'll get your own personalized color card emailed and mailed to you, so you can have that to do your shopping with for your colors for your wardrobe. And if you want a personalized, in-depth color reading, that link is also in the show notes below. I hope that you gained value with what I shared today, and I wish you all the best, and I will see you soon.